every time I look at Pooja, I feel, my God, how is she so fearless? But how is it on the inside?
I don't think I'm fearless. I do have a lot of fear. I think it's maybe...
I was thinking, should I ask her this question or not? But
not my cup of tea.
No, nothing is too early, Pooja. Especially after seeing you, I don't think anything is too early.
So, இப்படிலாம் கேட்குறீங்களா எடுத்து தூக்கிடுங்க ப்ளீஸ்.
வெயிட்டே பண்ணாதீங்க, வச்சுக்கோங்க அப்படியே. If you can give me 3 lessons you have learned as an entrepreneur, what would it be for those who are starting out?
I think one is, if someone's telling you something, if it's a constructive criticism, you can always take it in. Certain things you don't even have to. So when they're just running towards someone's achievement or someone's success to validate your success, I don't think that could work out for you. So you need to have your own path, you need to have your own experience and be open to experience everything. Success in the it could be very different. For me, starting 10 centers, which is also running on loss, but
during challenging times, seeking inspiration from others can be a very powerful tool for personal growth. Hello, I'm Gayatri Prakash and you are watching Brewing Inspirations by Brewing Reflections. I believe in the power of drawing inspiration from others. During challenging times, I have myself turned to those close to me for guidance. Recognizing that not everyone has this support, I created this platform to share diverse stories and strategies, acknowledging that inspiration is unique to each individual. Come join me in this journey. With me today is a young leader and a fearless advocate for mental health. In a world that often shies away from discussing mental health, she steps in with courage and conviction, making her a true trailblazer of our time. She's the driving force behind the Love Hope Company, a venture dedicated to transforming mental wellness through accessible support and impactful programs like emotional intelligence through arts for children. She stands for women's empowerment, for breaking barriers, for bringing hope where it's needed the most. Beyond her years and wise beyond measure, she's a rock-solid personality, a person with her heart in her hand and no two ways about who she is. She sure is my pillar of support. Pooja, SrinivasaRaja. Today, I see that businesses are associated with the owners and there needs a personal connection everywhere. It's very demanding. If you ask me to run a business, service-oriented business these days, they want to see the person owning that business. They want to understand the story of that owner. They want to be able to connect with them somehow. Socializing is a term that we very commonly use these days. How do you prioritize between the amount of work you have, your family, and the commitments towards marketing, which is a huge chunk of running a business today? How do you prioritize? Because I know that every second of the working hours you get a call. I've seen that multiple times. How do you prioritize? I mean, is it on the go or இதுதான் focus அப்படின்னு நினைச்சு பண்றியா இல்ல how do you do it?
I don't think I've figured it out yet. Workலையுமே சரி, லைக் இப்போ எனக்கு ஒரு நாள் 20 கால் வருதுன்னா ஒரு 5-6 தான் ஆக்சுவலி ஆன்சர் பண்ணுறேன். பேலன்ஸ் இதுக்கு I don't, because I also get drained out and like இங்கே இருக்கும்போது physically this is more demanding for me here. So இங்கே if someone's making an effort to come here all the way, talk to me, see me and all of that, அப்போது நிறைய டைம்ஸ் கால் எடுக்க முடியாது. ஸோ end of the day பேசலான்றப்போ by the time I leave 9:30, 10 வந்து physically or emotionally I'm completely drained. Because one thing that I think as a person வந்துட்டு எனக்கு half-baked ஒரு விஷயம் பண்ண பிடிக்காது. சும்மா for the sake of talking I cannot. If I'm making that effort for that person, I want to be there completely for them. If I'm not ready at that moment to make that time or give them that space, I don't give them that hope. Okay, நான் கால் பண்ணி பேசுகிறேன் அப்படின்றதும் வந்து I don't do that. நிறைய பேர் புரிஞ்சுக்க மாட்டாங்க. They might think that I've constantly been avoiding or not making an effort. But the reason behind why not being there on certain இப்போ சில பிளான்ஸ் இதாக பண்ணும்போது நான் லாஸ்ட் மினிட்ல ஏன் கேன்சல் பண்ணேன்னா, கமிட் பண்ணும்போது I wanted to be there. But that day if it's not working out, I don't do it. So base level, if I'm not emotionally or physically அந்த எனர்ஜி லெவல் இல்லைன்னா I don't do. There's no other personal reasons for me to like சும்மா I don't want to be there. I've never cancelled plans because I value people so much.
Of course.
I value other people's time so much. But அந்த வேல்யூ எனக்கு வந்து ஃபுல் ஹார்ட்டடாக திருப்பி கொடுக்க முடியலன்னா I personally feel it's better to cancel that plan than to just go there and இப்போ ஒருத்தவங்க ஏதாவது பேசுகிறாங்க என்கிட்ட, பதிலுக்கு நான் தான் சொல்லணும், பேசணும், or I should listen to that person completely. I can't be like ஏதோ அங்கே ஹாஃபா ஒரு மைண்ட்
மைண்ட் ஸ்பேஸ் வேணும் இல்லை டு
அது பண்ண முடியாது நான் பண்ணவும் மாட்டேன் especially since I'm in this field every time I talk to a person for some reason or the other most of them tend to be vulnerable. They open up and then towards the end of the conversation நிறைய பேர் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க like இது நான் யார்ட்டுமே சொன்னதில்லை I don't know why I told you also I just felt like talking. So when people have that comfort with me it's a responsibility that I need to be there with them அந்த மொமெண்ட்ல அண்ட் இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி கான்வர்சேஷன் நடக்கும்போது எனக்கு கால்ஸ் வந்து I don't pick it up.
Correct.
But work பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும்போது if it's something related to work yes I do. But my family hates me for that. Like நீங்கள் அம்மாவும் சரி அமுல்லாம் நிறைய தடவை வந்து இப்போ I've had this voicemail thing. If you look at my phone every day I get a voicemail from her and இப்போ என்ன சொல்லனா I'm so sorry I know you're busy that's why you're not picking up my call but I call you for this. அது எனக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப கில்ட் ஆகும். ஐயோ ஒரு 2 minutes கால் கூட நான் 8 o'clock மேலே she'll sleep so after my work அவகிட்ட பேசவும் முடியாது. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி வந்து ப்ரையாரிட்டைசிங் I've still not figured it out. I'm just taking it by the day and அன்னைக்கு how I feel how best I am as a person அதுக்கு பேஸ் பண்ணி I segregate my energy levels and
I think that's the only way to go about it also because at a nascent stage you want your business to also thrive and be where it needs to be and the responsibility of carrying a team along with you, you know, people who are putting their heart and soul like you said into believing what you also believe in. So it's a lot of responsibility but what I do see Pooja in you is your demeanor, right, is one that is so fearless. Every time I look at Pooja I feel my god how is she so fearless but how is it on the inside?
I don't think I'm fearless. I do have a lot of fear. I think it's maybe the confidence maybe I put out there. But I'm a human end of the day. I have my lowest, I have my doubts. Am I doing the right thing? Or innum better panla abindradellame it's always been there. But for some reason I'm not very expressive or I'm not someone who would just like call up a friend and just telling that hey you know what iniki nadandhuchu. I'm more of a person who reflects a lot on what I'm doing. நிறைய சைலன்ஸில் இருக்க பிடிக்கும் எனக்கு. If I'm out, I'm a proper socializing person. I'm fully out there, பேசுவேன், everything is there. But the time that I spend with myself, it's been very quiet. I overthink a lot, like a lot. To an extent where I just don't have answers to why I'm overthinking and it'll just drive me to a space like okay, ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. You don't have answers to whatever you're looking for. But if you started this journey, give it your fullest. I start thinking what is the worst that could happen அந்த ஒரு particular situationல what is the worst அந்த worst பற்றி யோசிக்கும் போது இது அவ்வளோ பேடாக ஒன்றும் தெரியல இதை விட நம்ம நிறைய பார்த்துட்டோம் or I've been through something very similar or this is what would happen let me give it a shot. If it happens this is what is going to happen. If not it works out for the best or I need to be patient for whatever has to happen. So I think that overthinking has been my strength. More than reaching out for help or support. I do take up therapy, I do talk in therapy, but therapy is the weekly once on a patient. But in between whatever happens, I am very comfortable with being with myself and thinking a lot or overthinking a lot, which has I think so far given me the right answers. Or whenever I feel that I don't have answers to anything, I just like take a break and go off to the mountains. So that has helped me.
So I think I draw parallel to what you say. I'm a big overthinker. You know that. So I feel like when I think about the worst thing that's going to happen constantly, whatever comes seems a little lighter than what I had imagined in my head. But like you said, it's also a great strength because you're so prepared on the inside. So I think that your fearlessness, the demeanor that you put out comes out of that inner journey. If you can give me 3 lessons you have learned as an entrepreneur, 3, I mean just pick the most impacted lessons that you have learned in the last 1.5 years. What would it be for those who are starting out?
I think one is letting go of people, letting go of opportunities. If it's not meant to me at that point, it will come back to you if it has to come back to you. சின்ன சின்ன ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் மிஸ் பண்ணும்போது நம்மளுக்கு ரொம்ப பெருசாக தெரியும் சரி பண்ணியிருந்தால் நல்லா இருந்துட்டு இருக்கும் பட் at some point if it has to happen அது நடக்கும் இல்லை அதை விட bigger things might happen to you and the team or people that you have. So I think letting go is one thing. Second, I would say every time you feel that you're failing or you feel stuck, always go back to why you started in the first place. Reminding the purpose or reminding your vision of why you started out. It may not sound big for other people outside. இப்போ நீங்கள் 4 investors meet பண்ணுறீங்க இல்லை வந்து talking about your business outside, there might be 10 people giving you 10 advices saying நீ இதை இப்படி பண்ணியிருக்கலாம் அது பெட்டராக பண்ணியிருக்கலாம் இது பெட்டராக பண்ணியிருக்கலாம். But you know the journey that you've been through. உங்களுக்கு சுற்றி இருக்க limited resources whatever you're building, you know it. And if someone's telling you something, if it's a constructive criticism, you can always take it in. Certain things you don't even have to justify yourself. It's okay. அவங்களுக்கு இருக்கிற நாலேஜ் அவங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச விஷயத்தில் they might say it out of good intention, bad intentions, doesn't matter. But every time you doubt yourself, I think connecting back to why you started out in the first place is like very, very important. And third thing, இப்போ ஒரு business run பண்ணும்போது definitely it comes with a lot of pressure. எனக்கு நம்ம நிறைய ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஸோட இன்டர்வியூஸ் எது கேட்டாலுமே வந்து now it looks அந்த சக்ஸஸ் ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் ஜேர்னி நல்லா இருக்கும் அவங்க கேட்குறதுக்கு. ஒரு whenever they say that yes, I've been through a lot, word solidlam, but again experience is very, very different. So I would say listen to a lot of people's experience, listen to a lot of people's journey, but always have an understanding that your journey is unique. ஒருத்தவங்களுக்கு இது ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆயிடுச்சு, ஸோ இது பின்னாடி மட்டும்தான் நான் போவேன், மற்ற விஷயத்தை நான் வந்து ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ண மாட்டேன். ஈவன் இஃப் இட்ஸ் த சேம் பிஸ்னஸ், ஈவன் இஃப் யுவர் விஷன் இஸ் டு பில்ட் த சேம் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் வாட் எவர் சம்மன் இஸ் பில்டிங், ஆல்வேஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் யூ கேன் ஒன்லி டேக் இன்ஸ்பிரேஷன்ஸ், பட் யூ கேனாட் ஃபாலோ சம்மன்ஸ் ஜர்னி டு கெட் டு வேர் தே ஆர்.
கரெக்ட்.
பிகாஸ் ஒரு சர்டன் லிமிட்டட் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் தான் ஒரு இன்டர்வியூலுமே ஒருத்தவங்களால பேச முடியும். நிறைய விஷயம் கோஸ் பிஹைண்ட் தட். ஸோ வந்து ஜஸ்ட் ரன்னிங் டுவர்ட்ஸ் சம்மன்ஸ் அச்சீவ்மெண்ட் ஆர் சம்மன்ஸ் சக்ஸஸ் டு வேலிடேட் யோர் சக்ஸஸ், I don't think that could work out for you. So you need to have your own path, you need to have your own experience and be open to experience everything. Success into it could be very different. For me, starting 10 centers, which is also running on loss, but having so many people who are getting help out of Love Hope can be success for me.
Correct.
But to investor, it's not making profit, this is not success and so on. For someone, having a 100 crore business could be a success. So it's very different for different people. But ungaloda journey la ippo in the level of what is my success or what are the things that I am doing that gives me happiness is something you'll have to remind yourself, because you will have good days and equally you will have the worst of the worst days as well. And entrepreneurial journey is very lonely guy. End of the day ungalku the co-founder irundalo enna irundalo it's a very, very lonely process. So thoughts like this is what will give you strength, especially if it's a business that you're doing where 100 other people are going to say you're going to fail. உங்களுக்கு ஒரு பாயிண்ட் தோணும், ஓகே இது ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகல, லெட் மீ ட்ரை சம்திங் அவுட், பட் தட் ஷுட் பி யோர் டெசிஷன். பிகாஸ் someone else is telling you, someone else is measuring your success or failure, you shouldn't give up. So அதுக்கு வந்து going back to a lot of understanding of why you started in the first place, learning to let go and making sure that இதுதான் என் சக்ஸஸ், அது வந்து எல்லாரும் டிஃபைன் பண்ண வேணாம். I just take inspirations and இந்த மூணு விஷயம் is important, I feel.
Amazing, Pooj. One thing that I see in you so much is I feel like you reflect your father so much.
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of him, but my understanding from what you say, my understanding of what I've spoken to your mom, I feel like you are a big reflection of who, a big part of who he is defines who you are, the way you think. நீ காஞ்சியா தெரியல பேசும்போது you said என்னோட success could be that I have 10 branches and people are getting something out of those branches. Maybe I'm not making money. I feel like that comes from your father. What do you think you have inherited from him by way of character, from your understanding of yourself?
I think definitely there's a lot of influence when it comes to running a business from him. Every single day I feel that ஒரு சென்டர் ஒரு இனிஷியேட்டிவ் 1 வருஷம் ரன் பண்ணி அதில் இருக்க நிறைய விஷயத்துமே வந்து when you feel like that, lot of situations where I felt like எதுக்கு இது பண்ணுறோம், இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்படணுமா நம்ம, அதெல்லாம் தோணியிருக்கேன் எனக்கு. பட் ஐ ஆல்வேஸ் திங்க் அபவுட் மை டேட், பிகாஸ் when he was expanding his business, it came with a lot of challenges as well. And he's a first generation entrepreneur, right? அப்போ அம்மா வந்து she's asked him, நம்மளுக்கு எதுக்கு இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்படணும், okay we have like 20 outlets, we're making profits, all of us are happy, we've built something, why don't you stop here, why are you running, இதுக்கு மேலே எதுக்கு ஓடணும் நீங்கள் அப்படின்னு பேசும்போது he told this one thing to her, and இது வந்து நிறைய தடவை எங்கள் அம்மா என்கிட்ட சொல்லி this is stuck in my head. அவர் என்ன சொன்னான்னா, I'm not doing this business just for my 4 kids and for you. I'm responsible for, I think we had 8,000 employees or something. I'm responsible for 8,000 other families. நான் எத்தனை பசங்களை படிக்க வைக்கிறேன், எத்தனை பேர் வீட்டில் வந்து எம்ப்ளாயீஸ் ஹியர் ஆர் பிரெட் வினர்ஸ் தேர் a lot of people நெருப்பில் வந்து ஸ்வீட் சேவரிஸ்லாம் பண்ணும்போது அவங்களுக்கு பண்ணணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது, அவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்குற சம்பளத்துக்கு அவங்களுக்கு பண்ணணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. ஸோ there are so many people who wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, பால் வாங்குறதுலேருந்து கடை ஓப்பன் பண்ணுறதுலேருந்து stay till night. ஒரு எங்கள் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் டீமில் வந்து டே அண்ட் நைட் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, ஒரு அவுட்லெட் ஓப்பன் பண்ண அந்த தீபாவளி டைம் சேல்ஸ்லாம் பண்ணும்போது. இது எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு விட்டுட்டு எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு அமௌண்ட் மேக்கிங் ப்ராஃபிட்ஸ், லெட் மீ லிவ் அ கம்ஃபர்டபுள் லைஃப்ன்றது, ஹவு கேன் ஐ மேக் தட் டெசிஷன், அது வந்து பாவம் தானே, ஐ கான்ட் டூ தட் அப்படின்ற விஷயம் தான் ஹஸ் ஸ்டக் வித் மீ. That's why I said success is very different. எனக்கு இப்போ வரைக்குமே no matter how many crores he is making or whatever he could build இப்போ or later, that is not something that would make me proud as a daughter. I think the person he is, he's beyond a businessman. right? He feels responsible on so many levels, and that is his driving factor.
I would call him a real social entrepreneur, I think.
Definitely, yeah, because he's built an industry out of this. யாருமே ஒரு லைஃப் டைம்ல ஈஸியாக அச்சீவ் பண்ண ஒரு முடியாத ஒரு விஷயத்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன்லேருந்து ஒருத்தவங்க வந்து நிறைய சேலஞ்சஸ் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணி, அண்ட் இட்ஸ் அ கம்ப்ளீட்லி ஹியூமன் ட்ரிவன் பிஸ்னஸ் வேறு. அப்போ வந்து ஏஐ கிடையாது, டெக் கிடையாது, எதுவுமே இல்லை. ஒவ்வொருத்தவங்க ஒரு மைண்ட் செட்டில் இருப்பாங்க. வி ஒர்க் வித் பீப்புள் ஃப்ரம் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் கல்ச்சர்ஸ், டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பேக்ரவுண்ட். கஸ்டமர்ஸ், சர்வீஸ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இருக்கும்போது எத்தனை கஸ்டமர்ஸ் தே கம் வித் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் மைண்ட் செட்ஸ். ஸோ இத்தனை பேரையும் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணி இத்தனை பேருக்கும் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிளாக இருக்கிறது வந்து இட்ஸ் நாட் அன் ஈஸி டாஸ்க். பட் இன்னைக்கு வரைக்கும் அவரோட டிரைவ் டுவர்ட்ஸ் டேக்கிங் அ பிராண்ட் குளோபலி, பிகாஸ் சவுத் இந்தியன் ஃபுட் வந்து குளோபலாக எல்லாரும் வந்து அதை என்ஜாய் பண்ணணும். அது வந்துட்டு ஏன் கேஎஃப்சி, மெக்டொனால்ட்ஸ் மாதிரி A to B ஒரு பிராண்ட் ஆகக்கூடாது அப்படின்றதுலாம் நிறைய பேர் வேர்பலி பேசினா. பட் எத்தனை பேருக்கு he 62 now, and the drive that he has to wake up every single day and work towards this with all the other challenges that he is going through is not easy.
Not at all.
அது கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது நாங்கள் பண்ணுறதுலாம் ஒன்றுமே கிடையாது. So if I'm cribbing about this while I have so many other luxuries that he didn't have while he was building it, humanly it's possible to get to wherever I want to. So it's not impossible. I just need to stop finding reasons to not make it happen, look for the reasons that others are going back to the purpose of why I started this subject. So traits like this is definitely appoda closely work panadala. I think I'm very blessed to have these understandings, right? Absolutely. Because in books la interviews la entrepreneurs patti kekradhukum paakradhukum I've seen a person very closely. I've seen his best times, his worst time, his weakness, அவரோட strength and எல்லாமே ஒரு 2 years அவரோட was literally like a shadow. அப்போ நான் நிறைய விஷயம் கற்றுக்கிட்டேன். And what gives him strength every time when he's low? ஒன்றும் இல்லை, சின்ன சின்ன பாட்டு கேட்பார் அவர், அதில் வந்து he'll find the strength. That became a habit for me. Now I have a specific playlist that I play. எனக்கு இப்போலாம் வந்து I feel stuck or ரொம்ப வந்து என்னடா அது இப்படி இருக்குன்னு யோசிக்கும் போது I go back to certain set of songs. அதில் இருக்க certain lines gives me strength. எனக்கு சின்ன சின்ன ways of finding strength to go back to that battlefield. I've learned it from my dad. So I think that way I'm extremely blessed and lucky to be closely associated with someone, not just as ஒரு intern அந்த மாதிரி இல்லாமல் as a daughter by blood. சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே பார்க்கும்போது I've told my mom this many times. எனக்கு காலேஜில் ஸ்கூலெல்லாம் படிக்க விடாமல் எனக்கு சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே அப்பா கூட இந்த ஜேர்னியில் how he's built it பார்த்துருந்தா I could have learned so much more than what you learn in a textbook, right? But yeah, I think that way I feel very, very blessed. Though we have difference of opinion and everything, as a person he shaped me a lot. As an entrepreneur he's given me a lot of life lessons and lessons to build a brand, a business, because or business profit பண்றது வேற காயோ, but to build a business as a brand it's a different level of commitment that comes with it. Completely. So அதுக்கு வந்து you need another set of love and passion towards what you do.
Absolutely.
I don't know, I've learned from him definitely.
That's amazing, Pooja. Really, I think to understand a person from the point of view as a child, you may have lost so much time with them, but what they have inculcated in you, for instance, for me when I was much younger, the only thing people used to ask me, what do you want to become? And the diary lala you'll have to write, I want to be like my dad. I don't know what it meant. It always meant, Appa was in business, I want to do business. But I realized that what he was doing otherwise spiritually or the way that he was handling himself, listening to his heart, was what was actually coming through to us. Or passion towards life, passion towards certain things that he was looking. I think it comes, you watch somebody all your life and somewhere it kind of sits with you. One kutti segment I wanted to do with you, let's break myths and talk about reality, okay, as an entrepreneur. You tell me if it's real or if it's just a myth. You need a lot of money to start a business. Myth or a reality? Myth. Entrepreneurs are born, not made. Myth. The customer is always right. Myth. You have to quit your day job to become a successful entrepreneur.
It depends on the business, I would say. Yeah. But if you want to build something or become a full-time entrepreneur, balancing or a day job in this definitely is hard, or it may take a longer time for you to get to wherever you want to get to.
Yeah. Failure in business means you're not cut out for entrepreneurship. All you need is a great idea and the rest will follow.
Myth.
Once you start a business, you will have time for yourself.
Myth.
100% myth, no?
Yeah.
Because I feel a lot of people, they get out of their regular jobs and say, I'll start something. So now I find time for myself or for my family. But more and more I see of it, I feel like, there's more time that you need to invest into business.
Yeah.
And your time is actually lost.
at least in a 9 to 5 job, 5 மணிக்கு அப்புறம் you get out of that zone of being an employee. When an entrepreneur, I think 24/7, you need to be always on the alert.
Always active.
Sunday off la irundhalume, if there's something going on, you need to be alert. I can't just be like, I don't want to respond to mails or messages or things like that. So you always have to.
Absolutely. I think for a lot of us, I feel like you have been a path breaker when it comes to I've always admired you because நீ எங்க போனாலும் one thing is you speak the same language. நீ இங்கே ஒரு மாதிரி பேசிட்டு அந்த மாதிரி வேற ஒரு மாதிரி இன்னொரு இடத்துல பேசாமல் you've always been somebody who spoke the same thing everywhere, right? That's something I've really admired, and for women to look up to women like that is something really amazing. But what I feel is the difference why we act certain way in one place and certain way in another is because we've never been taught to say no. We've always been told what needs to be done, right? Maybe a select few are lucky to have that space with their family where they give the freedom, like how you spoke today. My family is very similar to that. We've had the freedom, but most people you see, they've always been told what to do. Yeah. In this sort of a format, how does entrepreneurship fit a woman? How do they have to scale themselves to go into that journey of this beautiful entrepreneurship? How do you think we should start looking at entrepreneurship for women?
The freedom ninga soningla, I don't think freedom is ever something that anyone could give anyone. It's something you need to fight for, or you need to set your foot down. So even when it comes to the conversations that I've had with family, ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல அவங்க சொல்லுது நான் பண்ண மாட்டேன்னு தெரிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் சரி என்னதான் பண்றான்னு பார்ப்போமேன்ற ஸ்பேஸ் வந்துச்சு. But I had to go through a certain time period to constantly to be a rebel and tell them no, this is what I want to do. So I don't think having wanting a space or wanting someone to give you the space to be yourself will never happen, be it for men or for women for that matter. So just going behind what you want to do and having that grit to fight for it is something that you need to have. அது நீங்கள் பண்ண people will understand what you're doing, or at least make an effort to understand you. But if you're going to keep waiting for everyone to understand you and acknowledge the work you do and then be like, yes, you can do this, நீ பண்ணு, நீ வந்து பெரிய ஆளாயிடு அப்படின்னா, that will never happen for anyone. If you want to do this and if you are up to take that journey and if you have the strength or even wanting to explore, you don't even have to be successful. இல்லை எனக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணணும்னு தோணும்போது, yes, you talk to your family, but if you're going to constantly keep waiting for all of them to be okay with your idea, then it's a big challenge. Nadanda, great, that's a blessing. Nadaklanalum, if you're still very focused on your passion and you want to go behind it, I would say just go for it. Eventually, all of them will fall in place because your family, your friends, if they want to understand you, they will understand you. If they never want to understand you, if ego is playing a place, then you get to know what kind of person they are in your life. So avladane thavara, don't wait for anyone to give you a red signal, or don't wait for anyone to acknowledge the efforts or the ideas behind whatever you want to do. Go for it. And ipo irukka generation la, there are so many schemes, there are so many supports we could get through organizations. If the finance factor is the only reason that a woman is not starting a business, there are so many initiatives. So educate yourselves about all of that, and அந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் மூலமா எப்படி நீங்கள் ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம், ஃப்ரூவலாக ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி அப்புறம் அதை எப்படி க்ரோ பண்ணலாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு இப்போ நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது. ஐ திங்க் மோர் தென் வாட் our mothers had, இப்போ இருக்க ஜென்ரேஷன் a big blessing is we have so much opportunities and so much industries we could explore. வீட்டில் உட்காந்துட்டே பெரிய பிஸ்னஸும் பண்ண முடியும், இல்லை இந்த மாதிரி வெளில வந்து தான் ஒரு விஷயமும் பண்ண முடியும், இல்லை கார்ப்பரேட் வேர்ல்ட்லையும் பண்ண முடியும். You could be an entrepreneur and do something great. You can still work for someone and become something great in that company. It doesn't matter. But there is so much opportunity today. Absolutely. It just has to be you to decide that, okay, let me go for it, than waiting for someone else to give you that signal, I feel, at least for today's women.
Absolutely. And as a society, especially one that has taught us not to say no, I think this is something that's an inner challenge, to come out and be the person you want to be. You have to kind of shape yourself to be that person. Can you tell me, how do you feel as somebody who's explored me, you just spoke about how there are so many opportunities, there are so many avenues for you to get what you require to run a business. How is our country preparing for women entrepreneurs, and what more do you think they can support us with?
I think in all spaces, முன்னாடி இருக்கிற அளவுக்கு it's not bad because you're women, நீ இவ்வளோதான் பண்ணணும் இவ்வளோதான் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு கிடையாது. I think இன்னைக்கு வந்து women play a good role in all the spaces. இன்னைக்கு all the companies value skill set more than gender. So that way, I think it's the country as such, or any industry as such, has been very, very progressive. But like I said, we need to focus more on building our skill set. இப்போ நம்ம இதுதான் நான் ஆகணும் இப்படி தான் நான் இருக்கணுன்றப்போ வாட் நீட்ஸ் டு பி டன் டு கெட் தேர்ன்ற எஃபர்ட் நம்ம போடணும் அண்ட் அதுக்கான ரீசோர்ஸஸ் ஆல்சோ லைக் வெரி ஈஸிலி ஆக்சசிபிள் ஃபார் ஆல் ஆஃப் அஸ் அப்ராடில் போய் தான் ஒரு விஷயத்தை படித்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு கிடையாது இன்னைக்கு யூடியூப்ல when you sit and surf a lot of information you get a lot of information you can learn a lot of websites that provide you certified course from big universities. You can work as interns in big corporates and get like real time experiences. So hands-on experience kume nariya opportunities irukku. It's just that we need to have that mind and headspace to like make that effort. But on the effort eduthona opportunities nariyave irukku and as a country I think gender with a skill set ku importance கொடுக்கிறதுக்கு நிறைய changes has been happening. I think that's also because over the years எல்லாருமே வந்து நம்ம work towards women empowerment or feminism பத்தி பேசுதா இருக்கட்டும் சரி so பண்றதுனால lot of things has changed. Still a long way to go but definitely there's a progress. It's not as hard as it used to be before.
So before I get to the last few questions, have you ever thought about politics as a career? I don't know, I'm asking because your personality I feel would I was thinking should I ask her this question or not, but
not my cup of tea.
No? Don't you believe in never say never?
The politics, no. It's too early. Come on, I'm just 28, no.
Nothing is too early, Pooja. Especially after seeing you, I don't think anything is too early.
தெரியல guys, இப்போதைக்கு இன்னும் இப்படிலாம் கேட்குறதுல எடுத்து தூக்கிடுங்க ப்ளீஸ்.
எடிட்டே பண்ணாதீங்க, வச்சுக்கோங்க அப்படியே. Tell me something, the mountains and your faith. I want you to speak about it because this is something I've seen you love so much, right? I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, that you started going to the mountains because of your faith in a higher power. Is that what it is? How do you look at it today?
The mountains first ponadhu it was after my separation guys. The phase that I was actually stuck, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I should do. என்ன பண்றனே க்ளூலெஸ்ஸாக இருந்த ஒரு டைம் வந்துட்டு சரி இது ஒரு புது விஷயமா தான் நான் ட்ரை பண்ணேன். I felt more myself there. I wasn't a mother, I wasn't a daughter, I wasn't anything there. அவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒரு மலைக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்கள் போய் நிற்கும் போது யூ ஜஸ்ட் லைக் நத்திங் இன் திஸ் வேர்ல்ட் அண்ட் there's so many other beautiful things which you're missing out on. நம்ம வந்து பிரச்சனை நினைக்கிற நிறைய விஷயம் வந்து அங்கே போகும்போது இவ்வளோ அழகான விஷயத்தில் என்ன பார்க்க முடியுது, இவ்வளோ விஷயத்தை என்னால் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ண முடியுது. I will find strength to face it in ஒரு தைரியம் வரும். எவ்ரி டைம் அண்ட் ஐ ஆல்சோ ஃபீல் ஏன் மவுண்டன்ஸ் எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்னா எல்லாருனாலும் ஈஸியாக மவுண்டன் போக முடியாது. பீட் பை ரோட், பஸ் ஆர் யூ ட்ரெக். There are a lot of people who have mountain sickness, a lot of people who are scared of landslides, pona problem agon irukum. Trek pandradhukku you need certain headspace, physical fitness and all of that. So and the challenge vande enala nariya time panna mudiyundrappo it has always made me feel stronger. It's not like I'm physically fit to trek every time, but I've made an effort to do it, and every time when you the hardest climb la da you have the best view அப்படின்றதுல அது ரியலா நான் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது and every time you climb the big mountain which you feel like ஒரு 10 hours லாம் ட்ரெக் பண்ணி நான் போயிருக்கேன். அதை விட ஒரு பெரிய மவுண்டன் அந்த பக்கம் இருக்கு that will also look beautiful for you, and the moment you reach the top the kind of empowerment you feel or achievement that you feel that over the time நான் ஏறிட்டு இருக்கும்போது I've always feel like வீட்டில் படுத்து தூங்கிருக்கலாம், எனக்கு எதுக்கு இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன், or I feel like எப்பெல்லாம் ஸ்விக்கி ஆர்டர் பண்ணி சாப்பிட்டுட்டு இருந்தோம், அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய தோணிட்டு இருக்கும். But the moment you go there அந்த கஷ்டம் எதுவுமே உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. That has been a life lesson for me. The journey might be hard இப்போ நான் go through பண்ணுறது எல்லாமே, but at some point maybe I have a destination where I have a beautiful view and பாதியில் நான் கிவ் அப் பண்ணக்கூடாது. கிவ் அப் பண்ணால் இதை நான் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. டு ஐ வாண்ட் டு ட்ரேட் எனி திங் டு மிஸ் அவுட் திஸ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்? டெஃபினெட்லி நாட். எல்லாருக்கும் இது கிடைக்காது. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி எனக்கான லைஃப் லெசன்ஸ் நிறைய வந்து இந்த ஜேர்னியில் ஒரு when I go to mountains I get it, and every time I go there I go travel with strangers. I meet a lot of people and அவங்களோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ், அவங்களோட ஜேர்னி, அவங்களோட நாளிலிருந்து நாகாலாந்து ஒரு ட்ரெக் போகும்போது one of the traveler with me was my mother's age and she came for a solo travel. Wow. And I was completely with her through the entire trek. So அவங்க ஸ்லோவாக தான் ட்ரெக் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தாங்க, நானும் அவங்களோட ஸ்லோ. ஷி வாஸ் ஃப்ரம் பெங்களூர். நிறைய பேசிட்டு வந்தோம் அவங்களோட. இதுவுமே ஹேப்பன் ரைட் ஆஃப்டர் மை செப்பரேஷன். ஓகே. ஸோ நம்மளுக்கு வந்து நிறைய விஷயங்கள் வந்து ஆன்சர்ஸ் இல்லாமல் நம்ம வந்து we look for answers or we feel stuck and go through different people, through different stories you feel like you've gotten an answer or you've gotten the strength to face whatever you go through. And I feel I am more myself or just myself when I'm there. இங்கே இருக்கும்போது இருக்க எந்த கமிட்மெண்ட்ஸ் எனக்கு அங்கே இருக்காது, யோசிக்கவும் தோணாது. என்னதான் அவங்க ஒரு வாரம் if I'm not present here, let me come and face whatever I'm losing out, but let me just be there ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் இருக்கும். அண்ட் எனக்கு அங்கே இருக்கும்போது தான் ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி மாதிரி நிறைய வந்து ஒரு பிலீஃப்மே வந்துச்சு. and no matter what, நடுவில் வந்து ஒரு ஏத்திஸ்ட் மாதிரி ஆயிட்டேன் நான். இந்த வயசு எனக்கு ஏன் இவ்வளோ கஷ்டம் கொடுக்கணும்? I've always been like true to myself. I've been spiritually also very dedicated and committed. ஏன் கடவுள் எனக்கு வந்து இவ்வளோ பிரச்சனை கொடுக்குறாரு? ஸோ மேபி திஸ் இஸ் நாட் ட்ரூ, மேபி இட்ஸ் அ மித் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நான் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணும்போது எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் லைக் திஸ், இது வந்து நான் இதெல்லாம் கடந்து வந்ததுனால தான் இந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் எனக்கு கிடைக்குதுன்றப்போ I've started becoming grateful. More than asking for things for me, I started becoming very grateful, and I feel it's because of a higher power. Humans-நால control பண்ண முடியாது. That could be universe. For me, I look at Shivan as universe and nature. So that's why I closely associate, or I feel like myself every time ஒரு சிவன் டெம்பிளுக்கு போகும்போதும் சரி ஒரு மவுண்டன்ஸ்க்கு போகும்போதும் சரி, I think I'm more connected with myself. அது ஒரு rejuvenation மாதிரி ஆகும் to your body, to your mind. And then when I come back here, I feel like challenges வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படாமல் ஈஸியாக என்னால் இன்னொரு கிளியர் மைண்டில் வந்து பார்க்க முடியுது அப்படின்னு. And I keep telling a lot of people, like I've told you guys also, that I think having such kind of solo travels or traveling by yourself and certain experiences வந்து என்னதான் நம்ம luxury travel பண்ணாலும் இதில் கிடைக்காது நம்மளுக்கு. So that's something I keep telling everyone. I want Amul to also take up the journey. I in fact took her to one of the trips recently. So eventually I want her to also explore these journeys by herself with a set of people or just by herself. It teaches a lot of things in life, how to be happy with smallest things. அங்கே வந்து நம்மளுக்கு ஃபுட்லாம் ரொம்ப லக்ஸரிஸாக கிடைக்காது. டீ கிடைக்கும், மேகி கிடைக்கும், தால் கிடைக்கும். அங்கே இருக்க லோக்கல்ஸ் நீங்கள் மீட் பண்ணும்போது the kind of stories that they share. ஸ்டேஸ்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப பேசிக்காக இருக்கும். நம்ம சிட்டியில் வந்து அந்த மாதிரி இடத்துல இருக்கவே மாட்டோம், நம்ம வந்து காம்ப்ரமைஸே பண்ண மாட்டோம். பட் when you go there to get the other kind of experience, you'll still be like, okay, ஒரு நைட்டு தானே ஒரு நாள் தானேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு you'll be open to share. நான்லாம் வந்து முன்னாடி I'm not someone who's comfortable to share my room or my space to anyone. Traveler, random people, you have to share your room. You don't know who that person is or anything. All that has become comfortable now, and the outlook of life has changed, and it's made me realize that life is very simple and it's very beautiful and it's very huge beyond what we are living.
Absolutely.
So, inga prachna or anything that we go through, I run towards having this connection or reconnection to myself through mountains, and I get back.
No, I think it's like unplugging yourself to have a better connection, right? Connectivity later on. So, one last thing I do want to ask you is, Pooja, friendship. Friendship is like an unsung hero. It's always there, right? There is some format of friendship in our lives from beginning to the end is how I look at it. You told me that it comes in and goes out at the right time. What did you mean by that?
Like every phase of life, I've had a good set of friends, but they've not always been there in my journey throughout. Like a set of school friends, college friends, I'm not much connected today. But now on the stage where I've had a lot of fun. On the stage of whatever support that I've needed, they've always been there. Adhe mari, like again post my separation, when I was trying to figure out life in general. Again, a lot of strength through the people that I met, through the friendships that I've made. So again, I started realizing that earlier expectations irukku. Ipo sila perla வந்து childhoodல இருந்து friends la இருக்கும்போது எனக்கு தோணும் ஒரு நாள் நம்ம தான் வந்து are we being too specific about how a person should be with me and the mari, why am I not having a constant set of people around me? அப்படின்போது mutual efforts இருக்கணும், mutual understanding இருக்கணும். I'm not someone who is okay with people talking behind your back. எனக்கு அது ஒரு மாதிரி ஒரு it's a big turn off for me. அதுவும் ஒரு எக்ஸ்டெண்டுக்கு மேலே ரொம்பலாம் பேசினாங்கன்னா எனக்கு வந்து I can't tolerate it. It's just very sad of them to do that மாதிரி தான் எனக்கு தோணும். பட் அவங்களுக்கு இருக்கிற அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்கில் மேபி few people still like talk, and it's not my place to correct anyone, but if it's not working for me, I've always learned to move away. So அந்த move away பண்ண I've lost a lot of people, but I've also attracted the right people at the right time. So which is why I feel that you, instead of focusing on having a set of people all the time around you and changing your values, if you're not comfortable with it, it's okay to let go and be open to attracting the right kind of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So to finish off, just a quick one word that comes to your mind when I say these things. Time.
Wish to have a healthy relationship with it.
Money.
Money has taught me a lot of things in life. That life is beyond money, but the value for life is also comes with money. So you need to choose the right path or the right kind of relationship you want to have with money.
Love.
It's a commitment.
Companionship.
Companionship should be. I think it's a base for any relationship you have in life. It's not just with your romantic relationship or a partner. So yeah, it comes with a lot of giving as well.
Adulthood. It's come early in your life, so I want to ask you.
I think on the friends-lo ஒரு dialogue வரும்ல, it sucks but you're going to enjoy it.
With that, I think we close this session of a lot of introspection, I would say. Thank you so much, Pooja.
Thank you so much, Kayu. It was really nice.
Thank
and
you.
A lot of fun, as usual.
Thank you.